Hello and happy Friday. Welcome back. I guess I could start calling this a channel since I have a few videos up, maybe. Whatever you're watching this on, welcome back. Okay, so last Friday, I did a video with Drew. If you haven't watched it yet, go watch it and tell me who you think won the rock, paper, scissors, because we're still, even after watching it, I can't decide. I don't know. What do you think? Anyways, so we did questions last week, and I said it was going to be 5 questions because usually I do Friday 5. Like on blog posts, I'll do Friday 5. But we ended up doing like 6 or 7 questions for each other, so I decided I'm going to change the name of my Friday posts and call them Friday Few or a few of my favorite things. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Few is 3 or more, right? So I have at least 3 things I'm going to show you. And today's things are all about my current favorite beauty products. So in last week's video, oh, by the way, I notice I always have one of these on my wrist in like all my pictures, all my videos. So in last week's video, one of my questions was, what is my current favorite store to shop at? And Andrew answered Sephora. Even though he got that wrong, he's not totally wrong because I honestly have been shopping at Sephora a lot. I got a lot of gift cards there for my birthday because I think people don't know what to get me, but they know I like makeup, and so that's an easy gift. So I have been going there a lot, and I've found some things that I really, really love lately. So I thought, why not share them with you? Because honestly, I get a lot of questions about makeup on my DMs. So I thought I would share a few of my current favorites with you guys today. Okay, so first up, I am going to, I guess, talk about makeup that I've been loving. And the first thing I have is this NARS Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. I posted this on my story when I first bought it. I hadn't used it yet, but I like posted on there saying I was excited to use it or something like that. And a lot of you guys reached out and were like, oh, let me know what you think. I've heard a lot of great things about it, and I've heard a lot of great things about it too. That's why I went and bought it. It's been a long time since I've bought a nice foundation. So this is $50. It's like $49. Turns out to be over $50. And I don't know. I just don't usually care to spend that much. I used to. Like in high school, I would always buy NARS makeup or nice makeup, or I'd just steal my mom's. And yeah, that's how it started. I would take my mom's, and then I got so used to like nice makeup that I would just buy it once I got old enough to, or once I started having to buy my own makeup. And then life got real, and I realized that drugstore makeup works pretty good too. So lately I've been using the Maybelline Fit Me Matte, and it's good. It's my favorite drugstore foundation by far. But I noticed it had been leaving me blotchy by the end of the day, which is fine because like I don't really go anywhere major at the end of the day. But it was starting to bother me, and I figured I have all these gift cards. I haven't tried a good foundation in a long time. Let's give it a try. I probably wouldn't have bought this if I didn't have a gift card, but I will say this. Now that I have purchased it, I am addicted. And I'm going to probably have to buy it without a gift card as soon as this one runs out. So, but it's a pretty good size, so I think I have a while. And it's super good coverage. Like, it is amazing. It only takes, so it has a little, like, pump bottle. Sorry, it's dirty because I actually use this stuff. And I like that the old NARS bottles that I used to use just had, like, a twist top, and then you'd have to, like, dump it out onto a brush or your skin or whatever, your finger. And I really love that it has a pump now. This may be it's probably been like this for a while, but like I said, it's been a while since I've bought any NARS makeup. This is the color Vallaris, Vallauris. And I had a hard time picking a color because they extended their color line, and I think that was a big thing with this launch, is that they wanted like a color that was going to match pretty much everybody. And I will say this matches me to a T. Almost too well to where I felt too pale. So I went in to take it back, and the girl tried on like a few other colors on me, and there was a couple other ones that matched me pretty good too. And this one had more pink tones in it, or yeah, a little bit more pink tones, and the other ones had yellow tones in them, and I naturally have a lot of yellow undertone. So I ended up sticking with this because I think pink tones will add a little bit more color to me rather than like matching me exactly and just making me look like I have flawless skin, but skin that's the same exact color. I know that sounds like, what are you thinking? That's usually what people want in a foundation, but my point is that this still matches me. It just has a little bit different of a different undertone. So I am loving it. Like I was saying, the coverage is awesome. I use a foundation brush to apply it, and it only takes 2 little pumps to cover my whole face. So definitely would say that you should try this. If you're not ready to commit to the price of $50, which I totally don't blame you, go try a sample of it because I promise you'll like it. Okay, continuing on with makeup, next I have this Tarte Creaseless Concealer. I know I'm pretty far from the camera, so sorry if you can't see it. I'll get close-ups. This, I saw ads for it on Instagram, and I was a huge fan of Tarte Shape Tape. If you look back at previous videos I've done, I ranted and raved about Tarte Shape Tape. That's all I used for like almost a year. I would say about 7 months, but then I started to get super bad pimples. Not acne, I would just get like hard pimples, like cystic almost, and I haven't had like a cystic pimple since I was in high school, like freshman year, and I couldn't figure out what it was. But then I did some research and I saw what other people were saying about Tarte Shape Tape, and I was for sure like, when I searched, does Tarte Shape Tape make you break out? I thought no, because everyone loves it and I love it too, but for some reason after 7 months it decided to not cooperate with my skin. So I'm just taking a break from Tarte Shape Tape right now, and I'm hoping I can go back to it. I will try it out again and see if it's ready to be friends with my skin, but if not, I am glad that I found the Creaseless Concealer. So, like I was saying, I saw ads for this and I was like, oh, I did have my doubts, like wondering like if this would have the same formula as Tarte Shape Tape, and honestly I don't know, I haven't looked into it. But I decided to give it a try. I swatched it on my hand and it is thick, which is a big difference from the Tarte Shape Tape. The Tarte Shape Tape is a lot more watery. This is a lot more creamy. It doesn't make you look cakey, but the texture is kind of cakey. But the reason why I like it is because I really do think it's creaseless. Not completely. I mean, it's going on your skin, and if you have a little bit of creases, it's normal. Like, this isn't cement that's going to cover everything, but it does definitely help. And I think the thickness is what helps with it, because I've used thinner concealers before too, and as soon as I put them on, it's almost like they start to break apart on your skin. With this, all I've noticed is like normal creases, but in a good way. I know I'm not making sense, but I like it. What I do about the thickness is you almost have to warm it up with your hand if you don't want it to be too thick. So I'll either apply it and then apply it with the brush. So I don't want to put it on right now, but I'll apply it with the brush, and then I'll like dab it with my finger for probably like 30 seconds on each eye. And that kind of just like warms up the makeup and melts it a little bit and makes it easier to apply. Or I'll just swatch it on my hand and rub it in and then apply it with my finger. Like I said, I really like it. I am using the color Light Medium Sand. When I first bought this, I had to swatch it out for a different color because when I first bought it, I got medium sand, and it was almost too close to my skin tone that I didn't feel like it brightened me up at all, and I just wanted something a little brighter. So I went back and got light medium sand, and I feel like it works pretty good for me. So I will keep you updated on how this works with my skin and if it causes any weird breakouts. Okay, next I have this Milk Makeup Mascara. I get the most questions, probably most recently, about this. I get so many people asking me, what mascara do you use? Your eyelashes look amazing. And it's this. I have always gotten that question because I have naturally long eyelashes thanks to genetics. My whole family has super long eyelashes. So I've gotten that question a lot, but not like I have when wearing this. So I was gifted this at a gifting suite, and I've talked about this before in my stories, how I was gifted it and I couldn't wait to try it. Well, honestly, when I first got it, I was so like in love with the mascara that I was using already. I think it's the Butterfly Effect by Maybelline. I love that one too. But yeah, that's what I was using. So I didn't use this for a while. And I started to run out of my Butterfly Effect. Or the thing with Butterfly Effect is it doesn't come off very well. Like it leaves like, I have to like scrub, and I just don't want to do that much to my eyes, you know? I'm trying to stay youthful. So I decided to start using this because like I said, I don't need much makeup throughout the week. So I will still wear Butterfly Effect if I'm like going to an event or not filming a video. Right now I'm wearing this. And actually this is my new go-to. So anyways, this is the Milk Kush Mascara. So yes, it is Kush. And yes, it has cannabis oil in it. And I did not know that until like 2 days ago. And the only reason I knew that was because I saw Milk Makeup ads about their new like brow product, and it's called like Kush Brow or something like that. And for some reason, Kush Brow clicked more than Kush Mascara. So now I know. After doing some research, I found that the reason Milk Makeup decided to go with cannabis is because they wanted it to be a vegan, high volume, and it seriously is high volume, but they wanted it to be a vegan product, and usually beeswax is used in a lot of mascaras, and so they knew that they couldn't use beeswax for it to be completely vegan, so they took the vegan route and chose cannabis oil. And it says here that it gives the formula a creamy texture that allows for smoother application on lashes and an easier tug-free, which is what I was just talking about with my other mascara, why I didn't want to use it anymore, removal, as well as an additional conditioning benefit. And usually, you know, beauty products or whatever have all these like fancy words, or not even that those words were fancy, but all these like descriptions of like what it does. And I have to say sometimes that doesn't always ring true in a lot of products I use, but this is true. Everything they said the cannabis oil does for the mascara is true. It comes off easily, it lasts, and it's super conditioning to my eyelashes, and I love it. It made this my favorite mascara. This retails at $24. You can get it at Sephora, you can get it online. I will link it below, but I would definitely say to try this. The packaging is really cool too. It's like this solid, like, huge tube of mascara. You feel like you're getting a lot for your money, and you are, but I really like it. So I would say try it. Next up, I have another Tarte product, and it is Rainforest of the Sea Radiance Drops. So I picked these up at Sephora about 4 months ago, and I have been in love with it ever since I tried it for the first time. There's so many ways you can use this, and I'll link other videos below that show you how to use them. So first I was like, well, where do I put it? Do I put it in my foundation or just drop it straight onto my skin? Do I apply it with my finger? Can I apply it with a brush, or will it drop in, or will it soak in? So I think you could do it however you want, but the way I do it, so it comes in a little dropper like this, and it's so pretty. So when you open it, you'll see it just has, it's like a liquid highlighter basically. It's like an oil version of a highlighter. And anytime, so in my last video with Drew, I got a lot of questions about what highlighter I was using, and it is this. It's not even a highlighter, it's Radiance Drops. And it really does, I'm wearing it today. I don't know if you can see it because this lighting isn't the best, I'm sorry. But anytime you see a highlighter on me, it's this. I love it. I apply it with a little, a blush brush, and I just drop a couple drops onto the brush, and then I dab it on my face. A little goes a long way, so you have to be very careful. So once I apply it with the brush, then I'll take a beauty blender and dab it in. I usually put it on my cheeks, on my nose, a little bit on my lip, and if I'm wearing a tank top, sometimes I'll put it on my collarbone. But I love this, and this is definitely something that I would suggest you buy like today. And again, if you're not ready to commit, go try it. Go get a sample of it because you'll love it. Okay, so I have one more like face skin product, and that is Isle of Paradise, another vegan friendly product, medium self tanning drops. So when I was browsing around in Sephora lately, trying to see how to spend my gift card, I stumbled upon this. The reason I looked at it is because I'm not one to like usually need a tan because I am Mexican, so I do tan pretty well. But this year I haven't been out in the sun that much. And that's just because, like, I don't know, I'm torn. Last summer I was in the sun a ton. I did not mean to rhyme, but I was in the sun so much because we went to Mexico and we had a lot of like outdoor vacations last year, and I was so dark. I've noticed I am not nearly the color that I was last year, obviously because I'm not in Mexico, but I did want a little color. So I decided to try these. When I was at Sephora, the thing that caught me was the smell. It smells so good. And the smell is the reason I don't use self-tanners and why I like to go out in the sun to get a tan. I hate the smell of self-tanners, and self-tanners hate me because I don't know what it is. I just can't wear them. The smell like makes me sick, like literally sick. So that was the first thing I checked when I saw that it said it was a self-tanning drop. I smelled it, and it does not smell one bit like self-tanner at all. Oh, I love it. It smells so good. Okay, so that was step number one. I was like, okay, cool, smells good. So then I was like, but how? It doesn't have like any color to it. So I tried it on my forearm and I rubbed it in, nothing. So I was like, I don't think these work. And no one was really around to like help me, or I couldn't ask them like, hey, have you tried these? So I just put it back and bought my stuff and left. Well, later that night I was like doing something and I saw my arm and I had this big brown spot. And I was like, what the heck is that? And it looked like tanning something. And then it clicked and I remembered it was this. So in that moment I was sold. So I went back and got these. And not only did I get this, but it does come with a body spray. Okay, so funny story about this. At the store I only tried this. So when I got home I was like all curious to see like, oh, I wonder if the body spray works as well. So I took the lid off and I sprayed it on my neck thinking, oh, it's fine. And then I like dabbed it in a little bit. And okay, the next day, so some must have dripped because the next day I'm getting ready to take a shower and I look in the mirror and all down my chest and around my curves, I have this streak of like tanner. So it dripped. I obviously didn't dab it in well enough, and I still have it. You can't tell right here because I ended up spraying it on my chest, but at least it shows me that it really works. So, and it works really good. And that was like a week ago and I still have the streak. So I would say these are definitely worth your money. They're not even that expensive. I think this is $25 or $29. I'll link it below. And then this is maybe $30 because it's more of a spray and like an all over body type thing. I don't know. I could be totally wrong, but I will link it below. With this though, I don't rub it just like straight on my face. It doesn't, yeah, it says add 1 to 12. I thought that was 1 to 2. Okay, add 1 to 12 if you want to get real dark. Drops to your favorite moisturizer, mix together and apply to skin. So that's what I do. I have just like every other night, well, I've only done it for like this twice. So, but I skipped a night in between. I mix it in with this Herbivore Pink Cloud Moisturizer, Rose Water Moisturizer. Sorry, can you see it? Okay, hopefully. This was a gift to me and I'm absolutely obsessed. The way it makes my skin feel is awesome. The way it smells is even more awesome. So these mixed together, I'm totally ready to go to sleep smelling fresh and smelling good. Yeah, so I do it before I go to sleep. I just added this into my routine. I add 4 drops into my moisturizer and rub it all in, and I'm good to go. I wake up tan the next day, and I really can tell a difference. The reason why I like having a tan face is because I feel better when I'm not wearing makeup, so it's easier to just get up and go. So that is all I have for face products, and then I do have one more thing, and that is a hair product. Okay, so this too was a Sephora find. I got this the same time I got this. I've had my eye on this product for a while. This is the 1995 2-in-1 Shampoo and Texturizer by IGK. I've never used IGK products, but I love their packaging. They're so eye-catching, and I always want to try them, but I never have like a good excuse. I don't have blonde hair anymore, so I don't need like their like purple drops or anything like that, or their cool colors that you can add to your hair. Yeah, my hair's kind of boring right now. So I always saw this though, because I am someone who likes texture. I know lately I've been going with that sleek look, but I think I'm gonna switch things up maybe. I don't know, I think I'll always go back to my textured roots. So I had wanted to try this, and I asked a girl at Sephora if I could get a sample, and she was like trying to fit it in the little squeeze bottle, the little like tiny things that they give you. And that didn't work out too well, so I just went ahead and purchased it finally. It took me a couple like trips to Sephora to finally like just go for it, but now that I've purchased it, I am in love with it. It smells really good. It's this cool like gray color, which is different for a shampoo. But what it does is it's supposed to add texture to your hair. So it is $25, which is kind of pricey. It's, I guess, considered a higher end shampoo, but you have to remember it's 2-in-1, so you don't need to use conditioner. It does feel weird not using conditioner. Well, for me it does, because I'm so used to wearing conditioner all the time, and this does have like a grungy texture to it, even when you're like not in your hand, but when you're applying it to your hair, it has a little bit different of a feeling. Like you almost are washing and you're like, is this even getting my hair clean? And it is. I just used it today, and another thing I love about it is this is my like natural hair. So I don't have curly hair, but I do have a wave, as you can see. This is just air dried. And with other shampoos, if I just air dry my hair, it gets poofy and frizzy. And I don't have like curly frizzy hair, but it poofs a little bit. Like it's just, there's nothing cute about it. And it leaves it greasy. So you would think with a grungy shampoo or a grungy texture shampoo that your hair would get greasy. Not at all. It's the complete opposite. It actually gives it a like matte feeling, but it's still, your hair is still shiny. And it almost makes your hair feel like you have dry shampoo in, but not that gross feeling, or like the volumizing powder. And yeah, I promise it does not leave your hair feeling gross. I know that it sounds like it would, but it doesn't. And that's also another reason why I was hesitant to buy it a little bit. I wanted to try it, but the sound of it kind of felt like, oh, what if I try it and I'm like, my hair feels gross, or I don't like it. You can always return it if you don't like it, but I love it. I love that I can just air dry my hair and go. I don't have to do anything to it, nothing at all, because it gives it just enough texture and enough body. I'm excited to actually style my hair because it almost feels like I have product in it. Not cakey again, or not like clogged. I don't know if that's the right word to say, but when I use like volumizing powder in the past, my head felt like clogged. And that's just not the case with this. So I haven't tried it with a styling tool yet, but I'm excited to. Probably will do something this weekend. Yeah, and maybe I'll do a post about it on my Instagram tomorrow. Maybe not. We'll see. Cleanse while giving hair the perfect grunge texture and grip in one step. Instead of stripping hair, 1955 gently cleanses while finally milled bentonite clay thickens the hair shaft, which is another thing I'll say. My hair does feel thicker. I already have pretty thick hair, but it's not super thick. But my hair just feels like it has a different texture to it, which I'm really enjoying. Creating natural texture and boosting volume, like I just said. I'm totally feeling that. Without making hair feel dirty or look dull. So I kind of sold this without even reading the back verse. That's because I totally agree with everything it says. This product does what it says. Okay, so that is all I have. Those are a few of my favorite current beauty products. If you have any questions, feel free to DM me on Instagram. If you're not following me on Instagram, feel free to follow me as well. I always reply, and yeah, I'll tell you the truth about the products. And I promise I'm telling the truth today. If you have a different experience, tell me. I would love to hear your story about these products, but as of right now, I'm loving it. Again, I will report back about this and let you know if it breaks me out. But right now, everything is good. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you have a fun Friday. Do something fun tonight, and enjoy your weekend. All right, well, I guess since I started this video by saying welcome to my channel, I should probably end it by saying like and subscribe. And I know I already said like, but don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. All right, I'm gonna go. Bye.